Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris, and if you've watched my Duckbricks channel for some time, you may be familiar with some of my LEGO shopping adventure videos, where I travel to a new destination in the world, and during my vacation, try to seek out some rare and unique LEGO stores at the same time. My LEGO shopping adventure travel videos have brought me all around the world to all sorts of different places, from France to Italy to Dubai to Korea to Japan and to a very memorable misadventure in North Germany. I have had so much fun sharing my LEGO shopping experiences all over the world with all of you. But for today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I actually want to call on your help, yes you the viewers, because I am going on a major trip to Singapore starting next week. And I know that there are so many insane LEGO shopping experiences there, and I would love to hear from you what are the best places to go to. Now, despite having some family in Singapore, I have not been to Singapore in years. In fact, the last time I went was 2014. But I do remember that in 2014, I was obviously into LEGO by then. There were at least a couple of very interesting used LEGO stores that I was able to visit. Back then, I wasn't as cash flow positive as I am today, so I didn't really get to buy that much. But I remember a lot of rare items for sale, and I cannot wait to revisit them in 2023. So this video is going to essentially be split into two parts. The first one, I'm going to briefly summarize my trip to Singapore in 2014 with a particular regard to the LEGO experiences I did there, and kind of make note of what I have done in the past and what is very strong in my memory. And for the second half of the video, I literally sat down and did a ton of research on all of the LEGO shopping experiences in Singapore. I have a list of 12 different stores that I do want to visit, maybe even all in one day. 5 used LEGO stores, 5 general toy stores, and 2 official LEGO stores. But please let me know in the comments if you are from Singapore, if you have visited, if you've ever lived there, if you visited recently. Do let me know if I'm missing anything, because I know that there are almost too many LEGO shopping opportunities to count. I tried to pick out the best ones, but I literally want to do them all. I think that will make a crazy fun video of trying to do basically every single LEGO shopping adventure in Singapore. And so I think it's time to just jump on over to my overview of my 2014 LEGO Singapore trip, where I do a particular emphasis, of course, on the used LEGO stores I visited and see if I can try to find them nowadays. It was an absolute blast going through my old photos and videos of my Singapore trip in 2014 and really hunting and pecking to find each and every individual one taken of LEGO or in LEGO related stores. It certainly was just really cool seeing how I kind of evolved as a fan of LEGO, how my interests changed based on what themes were out at the time, and of course I did actually get a chance to go to Legoland Malaysia as well. I do not know if I'll be able to convince my friends to go this time, and I would totally understand if they did not want to go, but maybe I might have Legoland Malaysia on the docket if I'm able to convince my boys to actually go with me as well. Now, a lot of the shopping was split up in between a couple of different locations. Specifically, there were a couple of used LEGO stores, one of which looked like an antique store and the other one looked like a LEGO specific store. Both of them are really promising, and it seems that at least both are probably still in operation today. We're going to get to that in the second part of the video, but it makes me really excited because if they're still in operation, that is absolutely something I will be visiting this time around. Now, looking at the prices themselves, again, this was in 2014, and the dollar amounts shown are Singaporean dollars, so there is a bit of a currency conversion to be done. It honestly feels like the prices are really high, but I do have to remind myself that all of these sets were basically sealed. And that is a little bit unfortunate for me in particular, because personally, I don't really collect sealed sets. I don't even really collect boxes whatsoever, so if I were to get something sealed, it would almost be kind of wasted on me because I don't really collect boxes. I would just immediately open it up, so I really have no reason to collect anything sealed unless it is something really special. But again, a lot can change in nearly 10 years, and just from what it looked like, there were a lot of loose minifigures in these stores. It looks like there were also some large brick-built store displays. One of them was a LEGO Islanders large-scale minifigure. The part of that that interests me is that it says once broken considered sold, which implies that you can actually purchase it, which is very exciting. I literally saw the Islander minifigure in one of the images posted this year, so it's crazy how that's still in one of these stores, but yeah, you can basically see a gigantic LEGO selection throughout a ton of these stores of just a ton of rare and vintage LEGO sets. Again, price is really high, even for today. The prices are pretty high, so I can only imagine what the prices would be nowadays when I actually go, but you know what? I'm sure it'll be a good experience nonetheless, and no matter what happens, I'm very excited to just witness it myself and be able to experience it and see exactly how things turn out. Of course, going back and looking at all my footage, I would really like to go back to Legoland Malaysia. If anything, just to see if the Legends of Chima Miniland is still there. I believe that was unique to this part of the world. I mean, maybe some other Legolands had it, but that was really cool seeing an entire mini-land dedicated to Chima and seeing locations from the show depicted alongside the minifigs and the sets, as well as just the Legoland Miniland in general was very unique from the photos alone. Now, Legoland was fantastic. It is a bit of the ways out from Singapore though, but going back to Singapore, it was really interesting seeing just the amount of unique items that they had for sale back in 2014. I cannot believe I was this young just a little under 10 years ago, but yeah, I look like an absolute child here. I really loved bringing around my Sig figs at the time. Chris and Tofi, they were kind of these Life on Mars astronauts that I brought around, and you can see them in a lot of the photos, and it honestly is bringing back a lot of memories just being able to see them walking around and experiencing all the different stuff to buy. And oh my goodness, look at those Chima Ultra builds. If I came across any of those on this trip, I would buy them up for the pieces alone because those were really fun sets. Now, honestly, I think with that, we've about summed up all of the different things that there are to do, at least in Singapore from 2014 that I witnessed. Really tried to dig through my camera roll and go through my Google Drive of photos and find out what are the best places to go to. And as it turns out, there are a lot more than just 2 used LEGO stores to go to. Honestly, I kind of stumbled upon these accidentally back in 2014 when I visited. I just happened to come across them, but nowadays, after actually doing research, I have a list of over 12 to 13 items that I want to visit, maybe even all in one day. You see, the thing is that I'm actually going on this trip as part of a cruise with my friends, but I will be going at least 3 days before my friends get there to kind of solo trip, but also to get done with all my LEGO related business so I won't have to drag my friends with me while I go LEGO shopping and we can actually do touristy things instead of doing LEGO stuff. So I basically have maybe 2 to 3 days to get this done. I will also be working remotely at the time, so I'm not going to be getting a lot of sleep. This is going to be really, really tight, but I personally am very excited to see what I can get done, and let's go ahead and take a look at my plan right now. I believe I've put together a near comprehensive list of at least all of the unique LEGO stores to go to in Singapore. The first thing I want to mention is that there are a ton of LEGO certified stores, and I will not be able to go to them all. In fact, switching over to the map here, I'm going to zoom in on Singapore, and you may notice that just around Singapore, if I just search LEGO, there are so many LEGO certified stores scattered all across Singapore. It doesn't really make sense for me to go to any of these, or at least not all of them, because for one, LEGO certified stores are basically identical to LEGO stores here in the US. If they have anything rare, it would be very, very, very strange for them to have anything discontinued. They really are just sources to get brand new LEGO sets. And since there are so many across Singapore, I don't think it's a good use of my time to try to hit all of them. Instead, what I tried to focus on for my list for the upcoming trip are stranger toy stores and used LEGO stores. And I was actually able to find every single one of the previous stores that I went to in 2014. Honestly, shocked some of them are still open, and I located them and put them on the list. So first off, I picked out the most interesting looking certified LEGO store. This one looks a little bit different than the ones in the US, and I definitely want to go to at least a couple. I don't think I'm going to go to all of them, so this one is by Universal Studios Singapore in the forum. The image looked interesting, so I'll check it out. This one right here is also a certified LEGO store, but it happens to be near Jurong. I do want to visit Jurong Bird Park with my friends, so I figured if we're in the area, I may as well just stop by. Now, things get very interesting when we go to used LEGO stores and secondhand stores. The one that's the most interesting to me is Secret Chamber, because this looks like it's somewhat recently opened, or at the very least I did not go in 2014, and Secret Chamber is a store dedicated to selling used LEGO. Now, I have no idea what the prices are going to be like. For all I know, actually, probably from what I can guess, the prices are not going to be amazing. I would imagine that the prices are going to be pretty high. However, I do always want to visit any sort of used LEGO store on my travels, no matter where I am, really. Like, I do want to be able to go. So, taking a look at the photos, some of these are really interesting, and yes, they could have been uploaded later, but I'm looking at, okay, there's a photo here that was uploaded, May of this year, May 2023. Now, they could have taken this photo a few years ago, but, you know, it's uploaded May 2023. I believe it was uploaded in May. If you zoom in, you can see some sealed LEGO Bionicle sets. They also have like an army of Velikas from Bionicle. There's also like weird LEGO mall stuff, LEGO Bricktober stuff from the US. This is like one of the most interesting selections of a used LEGO store lineups that I've ever seen, and if that was taken this year, that probably means they have at least some interesting stuff to see. Now, there's a lot of really bizarre items here. That almost looks like maybe they might have some factory misprints. I know the other stores did when I went in 2014. But yeah, there's a lot of very unique items here from what I can tell just going through the photos. Oh my goodness, that is terrifying. That is so scary. Look, what have they done to Yoda? I kind of want to buy that now. But yeah, as you can see, Secret Chamber is just seemingly dedicated entirely to LEGO. This looks like a Legoland statue there. Like, it's so bizarre, like the amount of different items. So Secret Chamber is one of them. The next one was one that I actually did visit previously. Now, I do remember that in 2014, the prices were high. That being said, I was just a kid, so like maybe the prices were just seemingly very high to me. But this was Brick Shop, or specifically My Little Brick Shop, and this one also seemed pretty interesting. Let me see if I can find it on the map because it looked like they had a lot of strange and unique LEGO items. I'm just gonna search My Little Brick Shop, and the thing with this one is that it looks like they actually, yeah, there we are, had a lot of unique LEGO items for sale in terms of discontinued stuff. Like if you look around, they've got all sorts of unique mocks on display, which do look very, very cool. I mean, cool to see that steampunk X-Wing and Snowspeeder, which I'm sure they won't have on display nowadays, but there you have those two Islander minifigure, large-scale minifigure stuff from Pirates and Islanders that I literally saw in 2014, so that is pretty crazy to see that. Not a lot of pictures of inside the store, but even just like zooming in here, you can see there's some interesting stuff. Like I can zoom in here, and I'm really doing some analysis here, but like I can see some very interesting items. Now this photo was taken a while back, so maybe the selection has definitely changed, but I am still excited to go. The other one, this one took a lot of trouble for me to find because this one did not show up when I searched LEGO. I had to go into the metadata of the images that I took in 2014 to find the locational data, which wasn't that good in 2014, so I had to like basically triangulate its position by zooming in on Google Maps. Took me like 20-30 minutes to find this, but this shop was called Toy Outpost. And from what I can tell, Toy Outpost is a chain because there are a number of different Toy Outposts. There's one at Plaza Singapura, there's one at VivoCity, and there is another one that I'm not even sure is related that's here that looks completely different from the rest. But the one I'm looking at is Toy Outpost in VivoCity because I already need to go there for some other items on the list. Now, if we zoom in on the photos of this particular Toy Outpost, there are a lot of really exciting things. These photos are not that great, but you can see this was taken in August of 2022, so that is not super long ago. Lots of collectible minifigures, LEGO stuff on display. Seems like they sell a lot of things other than LEGO as well, which is why it didn't show up when I was just searching for LEGO. But this is really, really cool. I mean, they had a great selection. This photo right here makes me feel a lot more interested because it looks a lot larger than it actually initially appeared to be. I'm very curious. Oh my goodness, I just realized that this is actually, you can move around the store. That is so interesting. Okay. Alright, that's quite interesting how they actually have this on Google Maps within the store itself. I've like never seen an actual store have this. That's very cool. But yeah, so this is Toy Outpost. I'm curious to see what exactly they have in there, and I probably will visit the other location at Plaza Singapura as well. I can see a LEGO Duplo banner there, so they definitely do, hopefully, have some LEGO items. Now, here is what the inside of this one looks like. Now, this could just be a bust. Like, there is a high chance I don't find any LEGO items whatsoever. Like, this just looks like general toys. Oh, no, okay, so there's, like, some Legos scattered here and there throughout the stuff. So like, I'm very curious what I'm going to find. Both Toy Outposts are going to be on the list. And lastly, there is a Lego Cafe. Bricks and Cubes Cafe doesn't necessarily seem like it would have that many interesting discontinued items, but Bricks and Cubes Cafe is kind of like a Lego themed cafe. I kind of wish we had more of these in the US. I see a lot of them in Asia, but we do have Bricks and Cubes Cafe there, which I definitely will visit. Probably will drag my friends along too. Now, there are a number of other toy stores that aren't necessarily selling used Lego. I tried to partition off the used Lego stores as basically the priority, and then if I have time, I will visit some other stores. There's a store called Bricks and Ocean, and really what I was trying to do when looking at all these toy stores, because obviously there are so many toy stores in Singapore, like I can't hit every single one, was look at when photos were taken and try to triangulate when rare items were found. So if I zoom into this photo was taken January of 2022. but if you zoom in, they still have a ton of Star Wars construction stuff, and they actually have the good ones. Like, they have the Scarif Stormtrooper, which is a really great one, the Scarif Trooper right there. They've got, like, Jyn Erso, of course, the buildable Chewbacca, and as well as a lot of the ones from Rogue One, so I actually do want to check that out. And if this was taken in 2022 January, like, obviously you can see that the image data is right, because they do have a Mandalorian Fang Fighter, which came out, I believe, 2021. You can see an original U-Wing there, sealed, and an original Force Awakens X-Wing. Like, that is actually really, really exciting to me. And even going up near the top, there's some Lego City Volcano stuff from 2017. It feels like this could potentially have a very promising selection of Lego, so that makes me very, very excited for what might be included. Even zooming into the background here, like, you can kind of see some of the sets back here are slightly older ones, like the Disney set in the back. I'm having to do a lot of analysis on these photos for real. This one was taken just last year, and yeah, there's like a lot of good stuff that I can just see in the window. So I'm very excited to see exactly what selection this have. This is probably the closest to potentially being a total bust, because it is just a normal toy store, and I can't necessarily go off images of stuff that other people have posted, but you know what? I'm optimistic. And the next one is Toy Station. Toy Station here is another standard toy store. This one interested me because I saw the 2011 Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar in a photo alongside some 2022 Lego sets, so they have at least a set that's like 10 years old there, unless someone picked it up. So that's interesting. Toys Land is another one that has Lego, and then there's a couple of Toys R Us's. There's a Toys R Us Express, as well as a flagship Toys R Us, which also is at VivoCity. What I was trying to do was, I really need to go in and try to optimize my travel path. I'm going to try to hit all, if not, like, maybe I'd have to split this between 2 days, but I think if I'm, like, pretty efficient with my travel, I could pull another Lego Germany shopping adventure and hit every single one of these locations in 1 day just by taking public transit. I have to research how good public transit is in Singapore. If folks in the comments have suggestions, please let me know. But I don't know, I'm feeling pretty optimistic. I mean, I was able to do it in Germany. I did get lost a few times, and I almost didn't make it back to my hotel on time, but you know what? It was doable. So I think if I come in, if I stare at the map and big brain it out for like a few hours, like literally just staring at the map of Singapore, and just triangulate what is the most optimal route to visit all the places based on when the stores are open, I think it's possible. I think it is possible for me to visit every single one, and obviously this is going to be an insane video. Like, this is going to be such a fun video when I actually do the trip. I cannot wait to report back on all of these locations and talk about what I got. Now, full disclosure, the prices may be so bad and so high that I may not buy anything. Like, if I go and everything is double Bricklink, I'm not going to buy anything. But I'm pretty optimistic, you know, it's the experience as well. You know, I get to share the experience with all of you, so I'm excited to do this. But of course, this is now the point in the video where if you are a Singaporean native, please let me know. Like, do let me know, am I missing anything? I think I was pretty comprehensive, but please do let me know if I'm missing anything important. Like, if there's something that you have visited, if there's a really cool used Lego store that's like really obscure, please let me know, especially if it isn't on this list, because I really do want to be able to actually visit as many used Lego stores as I can. So absolutely, really appreciate the help in the comments. If you can just let me know if I'm missing anything, and also if there's like a location on this list where if you just tell me like it's just a waste of time, like there's nothing I'm gonna find there, like you were there yesterday and they had nothing of interest, please also let me know, because I would love to save time. So like if there's a way that I can save time and be able to skip a location, if you're certain that maybe like it's just gonna be a bust, or you went and there's just nothing in it, I would really appreciate that. And yeah, honestly, with that, we've about summed up this video. Let me count the number of locations. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 used Lego stores or unique Lego experiences. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more standard toy stores, and I want to visit at least a couple of Lego certified stores, bringing our total count to 12 unique stores. Maybe visitable in 1 day, maybe not. I'll have to see travel time. It really just depends on when all of these close, and I will at a later point literally go through this list and document the store openings and closing times to optimize. Depending on how much I buy, I need to make a stop back at my hotel. I may need to make a stop at my hotel to offload bags, which is something I had to do in Germany and built into my Germany schedule. But yeah, so far this is pretty exciting. As you can see, in July of 2022, I did this for Germany, where I literally went minute by minute and literally listed out every single store I wanted to go to and had a full full-on timetable of when I was going to visit each store, and I want to basically do that for this. What I need to do is look up the hours. That was really useful for me to optimize that when I was doing it for Germany. But yeah, I mean, I definitely want to do that for this as well, but this is super, super exciting. I cannot wait to go on this, and thanks so much for watching. Alright, and with that, I have summed up my master plan for LEGO shopping in Singapore, so do let me know in the comments, does the plan make sense to you? If you're a Singaporean native, is there anything I'm missing? And of course, stay tuned because I cannot wait to put out this video. I'm sure it's going to be so much fun to explore Singapore and try to find all the LEGO stores. I can't wait to do it, so thanks so much for watching. This is a bit more of a unique video, kind of a planning for a trip. It's not quite a post-trip vlog, it's kind of a pre-trip vlog. Hope you enjoyed, thank you all so much for tuning in, and be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. Bye for now.